Hello learners, so we meet again in our third tutorial. Okay, so in previous tutorials we have discussed on few topics related to men, society and culture. Okay, so if you still remember, okay, we have discussed about the issues about the culture, the issues about the man and society. Okay, when we also discussed about the concepts of marriage and kinship and also about the religious and belief. Okay. So in this topic, we are going to discuss something related to systems of production, okay, for topic 5, and we are going to cover topic 6 on system of exchange. Okay, so these two topics are interrelated. Okay, so first you have to know what are the systems of production, and then we are going to learn about the systems of exchange. Okay, so we can see that through what we have discussed before, when we discuss about men and society, okay, so we are going to describe about the nature of the men and society and how it develops the culture. Okay, and when we talk about men, okay, when we talk about men, usually we are going to talk about the human needs. And I believe that when we talk about human needs, you're going to remember about the Maslow's theories of needs, the Abraham Maslow's theory of needs, which related to the hierarchy of needs. Okay, so I believe that you have learned about this hierarchy of needs before. Okay, so do you still remember? Okay, in this hierarchy of needs, the lowest level, which is the basic needs, is the physiological needs, which cover about food, right? So basically there are 3 things, okay, in these basic needs, which cover food, shelter, okay, and clothes. Okay, for the purpose of our discussion today, we want to focus about the human needs which cover about food. Okay, in learning about men, society and culture, we are going to see now, okay, how men or in the society in the larger context struggle for food to survive. Okay, so this is what we are going to discuss in topic 5 for systems of production. Okay. Okay, in this topic, the focus is to see the differences of the systems of productions and its relations to social ecology of men. Okay, and by the end of these tutorials, it is hoped that you manage to explain the relationship between men, ecology and technology, and then you need to be able to describe the divisions of labor in society, compare the systems of productions in the world, and discuss environmental issues that related to systems of production. Okay, first of all, before we go further for this topic, okay, let us think, what is the connection between men, ecology, and also technology? Okay, so these 3 things are always familiar with us: man, ecology, and technology. Okay, so what are the connections between these 3 elements? We have known that to survive, man must learn to deal with many cultural challenges. Okay, from previous tutorials, we have discussed how men as social beings manage their social lives through institutions like family and religions. These institutions help man to achieve his objective, okay, such as strengthening social solidarity or to propagate the species. However, of all these social needs, the most important on the scale of priorities would be to acquire food from nature. Okay, so this is the most important thing. And food is an important source for the society. People cannot survive without food. Okay, and if cannot provide mechanisms in order to provide food systematically to its members, the society will perish. Okay, So there is a very close relationship between men, ecology and technology. Okay, first we have to understand what is the meaning of ecology. Ecology is referring to the complex relations between an organism and its surroundings. Okay, so in the anthropological context, that organism is man, okay, who interacts with society, that is the social surroundings, to acquire food and other necessities. Whereas technology, okay, is the types of means in order to accomplish tasks using technical process, knowledge, and also tools. Okay, so technology is not only referring to the tools, but it also referring to the process and also the knowledge. Okay, so it is wrong if we relate technology with only the tools, the equipments or devices. Okay, because the methods in order to do something is already considered as technology. Okay, so in order to interact with his social surroundings, okay, the environment, and for the purpose of accomplishing his daily tasks, man depends on technology. Okay, for example, to get fruit from tree, okay, we need tools and have to be skillful to use the tools. And however, what is less apparent here is that technology is in fact reflective of the times. Okay, so one society to the other society, they may have different ways or different technology in order to do something. Okay, so you can see in the picture, okay, these both are the technology. One, the primitive weapon, and the other one is modern weapon. So you can see the difference, right? Okay. For example, primitive men also had technology in the form of weapons used for hunting game. Okay, so these animals were brought back to their caves to be processed into food. Okay, similarly, modern man also uses technology, okay, in order to acquire food, but not only in the forms of clubs and spears. Okay, nowadays when we want to go somewhere to get food, we need to have our wallet, our purse, we need to have our money, even credit cards. Okay, so those are the modern weapons compared to the previous one. And men as a social beings always need other people. Okay, so I believe that you noticed throughout our previous tutorials, we always put men as social beings. So you have to understand what is the concept of social beings. Whenever there is the term social, so it is not referring to one man alone, one man living alone, but one man must interact with other people. Okay, so men cannot live alone or isolate themselves or choose to not to mingling with other people. Okay, because men cannot do everything by themselves. In order to get food, not everybody is skillful to catch or slaughter chickens, cows, and not everybody know how to go for fishing. Okay, so therefore, in a society, there is a division of labor. Okay, so in this topic, we are going to discuss about the 3 divisions of labor. The first one, which is based on specialization by gender. Second, specialization by age, and the third one, specialization by role. Okay, let us look one by one. The first one, let us discuss about specialization by gender. Okay, so I believe that there are learners out there, when we mention about specialization by gender, you tend to disagree. Okay, because it seems today like the roles of men and women just the same. Okay, but we are discussing from anthropological view. Okay, in anthropology, there is a marked difference between tasks performed by men and also women. Okay, usually men will do work outside the home, whereas women will do work inside home. Okay, and so this is how it shows generalization between men and women. Okay, their roles will be totally different. There are always exceptions to the rule. Okay, there are men who prefer to be husband. Okay, and there are always women who prefer to build their careers nowadays. Okay, which even the careers monopolized by men. For example, women become engineers. Okay, so nevertheless, it cannot be denied that on the whole specializations by gender is an observable phenomenon in many societies throughout the world. Okay, so basically, when we talk about men's role, okay, so they are going to relate men's role with hunting, building houses, clearing land for farming, okay, breeding livestock and leadership. Okay, whereas for the woman's role, okay, involve gathering the food, childcare, farming, cooking food, and also housekeeping. Okay, there are 3 theories in order to discuss about specialization by gender. Okay, the first one which say that because men are physically stronger, okay, so they have the physique to perform heavy tasks such as hunting, fighting, and clearing land for farming. The second one, it is mentioned that women perform work inside the house because it is compatible with childcare. Okay, men's tasks are heavy and dangerous, and if performed by women, it is feared that it will endanger children under her care. And then the third one mentioned that in terms of production, okay, men are more expendable than women. If women are put in danger and as a result are killed in action, then who will bear the children? Okay, so those are the 3 theories that mentions about specialization by gender. Okay, now on the other divisions, which is based on age, okay, specialization by age. Okay, labor is also divided according to age group. Okay, and usually children are exempted from performing adult tasks, okay, because they have lack physical strength and necessary knowledge. Okay, so usually children, okay, at their very young age, they are sent to school to seek for knowledge, okay, even up to university level. Okay, and with qualifications and certificates, parents will feel at ease knowing that their children are better equipped to secure jobs. Because of this, children are not expected to go to work and help their parents. Instead, they are reminded to study hard to secure a successful future later. Okay. However, not all children are so lucky. Okay. In developing countries, okay, child exploitation happens in sweatshop. Have you ever heard about the term sweatshops? Okay. A sweatshop involves working environment that can be considered difficult and dangerous, where the workers are exploited and do not have the opportunity to improve the condition. Okay, so you can see in the picture, okay, the 4 pictures over here. Okay, so you can see these faces, the children are doing work as early as 3 years old, 4 years old. Okay, so you can see that the working environment whereby it involves dangerous substances, extreme temperatures, and we can consider that this involves the abusive employers. Okay, how can they let children to do such works? Okay, so children in countries like Bangladesh and Nepal are forced to work for hours and are paid a pittance in violations of minimum wage and overtime laws. Sometimes they get the salary, the daily salary, just for food for a day. Okay, and the other divisions of labor, which involve specialization by role. So when society's food production system improves, more people are freed from the task of gathering and processing food. Okay, technological advancement allow more people to play more specialized roles in society. Okay, and according to Durkheim, do you still remember Emile Durkheim? We have discussed about him before. Okay, when we talk about the concepts of religions and belief. Okay, Emile Durkheim, he always focused on social solidarity. Okay, he studied about the social solidarity. Okay, so according to him, primitive societies practice mechanical solidarity, where members of society play the same role, feel that they are socially equal, and practice traditional and family values. Okay,